and calipers. So I got these from Mac Tools. I've had them a couple weeks now, maybe a month or two. And I saw them and I was like, you know, I never did a review on them. I'd like to do that. So here it is. I'm going to start making videos for you guys and all that. Now, don't get me wrong, these aren't Starretts. They aren't anything like that. I think they're Mitutoyo. I think that's who makes them for Mac. But still, there's nothing wrong with Mitutoyo. And here's the information booklet to tell you how to dial it in and how to measure it if you're brain dead and all that stuff. It's really straightforward. I went ahead and bought the Mac over like a Mitutoyo, because the Mitutoyo was like, I think almost $100 just for the caliper, and then the micrometer was like another 80. So I mean, it's not cheap. But the thing I like about this is it's digital. Now, some people, they like the dial versions. I do too in some cases, but these, you can get the tenths and all that stuff of a thousandth and all that. Like, look, that's 1/10 of an inch, right? Oh, not even 1/10. Hang on. Oh, that's one millimeter, 1 1/4 millimeters. But the beauty of this one is you can switch it from millimeters to inches. So now you're getting like thousandths of an inch here, and you just work your way up till you get to 1/10 of an inch. That looks more like it, and so on and so forth. And then this is fractional, so it's got 9, and I mean, if you're feeling so froggy to go through it like that, I mean, there was a 1/4 inch and all that. It's a pretty neat little tool. It feels good in the hand. It feels strong. Now, the part number on this is DDC61232F. That's for this. It comes with a nice carrying case, a screwdriver for adjustments, an extra battery, and the silica gel that we all eat. And yeah, don't eat that, it's bad for you. But yes, and it comes in a nice hard carrying case like this, and I like it a lot. It's really neat. The thing I mainly got it for, I actually got these on promo from my Mac guy. I got it for like $69 for a really nice caliper and a really nice mic. This one has the tungsten and all that stuff, so I'm really excited about that. Another thing is if you guys have never used a micrometer, these are pretty much some of the most accurate measuring instruments you're going to measure with by hand. After that, you're pretty much dealing with like very small stuff. And you know, the last thing you want to do is ever touch these mating surfaces. Even though it's tungsten, it's not going to do anything. You just don't want to do too much to it, because you want to keep these surfaces clean. So if you do get like a non like a no lint, like a microfiber cloth or something like that that's lint free, to wipe them off. These are super accurate. This one is I don't think it's vernal. No, it's not. Yeah, it's just down to a thousandth, it looks like, or 10,000ths. Hang on. So yeah, it just goes down to thousandths. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thousandths. If you don't know how to read them, it's really simple. Okay. Focus, you fuck. Okay. Right here. Let me focus in on that there. Anyway. Now, you see it's reading 0. The line here meets that line, so it's 0. As you follow it, you're going to count up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 thousandths. Now, they're super easy to read. You can get digital mics and all that stuff. I don't recommend it. I prefer the hand stuff. Now, this one has some features that is very important to note whenever you are looking for mics. Some people, they prefer to do things by the resistance method. They'll take their hand and run it along the mic like that till it gets snug, and then that's how they do their measurements. Some people, and this is how I do it, is I'll take my hand and I'll run it down this right here, because it has a ratcheting mechanism in here, and that gives enough resistance to get you where you need to be on your measurement without running the risk of actually over tightening it and getting an inaccurate measurement. So I just do it like that, and some people think it's silly and whatever, but I don't care. What would you use these on? Well, I mean, a lot of stuff. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do this with. You know, if you're looking for your hose gaps and all that stuff and you can't eyeball it for some reason, you can always take this here caliper, and this part right here, see how it spreads like that? You can take it, stick it inside the whole hose like so, open it up to where you get where you need to be. You can find out what size it is. So this is 7.65, so it's, I mean, that's 75. It's like 3/4 of an inch. You know, it's just one of those things. And it has a measurement scale here. You can do height with it and all that stuff as well. So these are really, really versatile. What would you use a micrometer on? You would use it to measure thickness of stuff. Like if you have brakes, I mean, they have special mics for that, but if you have like brakes, you got to measure the thickness of them. You can't get a mic on those. You got to get a big mic. And you'll take it and it'll measure the drums. It'll do all that stuff. So it's just one of those things, like, they all have a purpose. But these are for smaller things, like specifically engine stuff. You know, when you're, oh, this feeler gauge says it's 1.5 thou. Is it truly 1.5 thousandths, or is it just some Chinese guy who printed it on there? You can use these to prove it, because if this says it's 1.5, then it really is. And it can kind of help you do some troubleshooting, like, man, my feeler gauge said it was 1.5 thousandths. Why do I got 2 thousandths play here? You know, that'll help you find out whether or not you got burrs or any other number of things as well. Now, these things are considered precision instruments, and they do need to be calibrated periodically. Now, they give you the instructions on how to do that in this, and if you learn how to do it, they also give you a wrench to do it with this. And that wrench you just take into, you see a little black dot right there. You take it, it's got a little eyelet there that goes into that dot, like so, and you can adjust it. Do I recommend adjusting it? No, because if you're not familiar with working on these things, like if you're a machinist and you deal with these things every day, you know what they should be like, you know how they feel. If you use them periodically, like I do, you don't want to. I'll use my dial caliper long before I ever, I'll use my caliper long before I'll ever use this. But this is nice to have because of the necessity of certain thicknesses of very small items, like valve stuff. You know, if you're trying to measure valves and you need a precise measurement, this is where you get it. I mean, the calipers are pretty precise, but this is dead nuts on in most cases. Now, you don't want to just sit here and be doing this to open it. They have quick ways to do it. Run it down your arm. I heard that from machinists. My father's a machinist. Run it down your arm softly, and that'll open it up quicker. And then you can get whatever you're moving in there, and you can move it into where you need to go. And then I always take one pinky and just tighten it down slowly with the ratcheting mechanism until I get to where I need to be. So like I'll stick my finger in here. Don't do this. I'm just doing this for show for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. You can just take it till you get to that resistance and you hear it just clicking. That means I'm where I need to be. So I know that I'm at 318. Oh, it is a Bernil. 318 and 3/10. 318 and 3/10 thousandths. So I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, and if you don't know how thousandths work, it takes 1,000 marks to make 1 inch with thousandths. That seems like a lot and seems like really crazy, but I'll give you 1 thousandths This is considered 1000s. You can't even see through it. I mean, you can barely see light through it. It's about half the thickness of a human hair. And then you go to 2000s and you can see light through it, but you still can't see the gap. You go to 3000s, and now you're at the average tolerance of an internal combustion engine. Isn't that crazy? Can't even see through it. Oh, there you can, a little bit, even though it's not focusing, you fuck. Yeah, so try to focus, focus. Freaking camera. Anyway, so 1 to 3000ths is the average tolerance inside of an internal combustion engine. That shows you how close these engines are machined. Does it feel like it sometimes? No, but things wear down. I think max tolerance is like 7 thou, so we'll go to 7. I mean, there's 7. Quite a bit different. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but you can definitely see it. So, I mean, it's definitely one of those things, like, if you use machining tools a lot and you're drilling things a lot and you need precision holes, like exactly 1/2 inch holes and stuff like that, you need to do something called miking out your drill bits. So you go to the cutting tip, you know, you go to a drill bit, right where the 2 drill bits meet, that's the widest part of the bit. You take this up, you open it up, and you bring it down. It should be 0.500 or damn close to it. You don't want anything like that, but if you're doing anything precision, it probably needs to go to a precision machining shop anyway. But that's just if you do this stuff on your own. Now, I've done some machining stuff here and there, done valves and stuff like that, put new valve guides in, done new seats with hardened seats. We all know the Chevy 350s, like the 70s series with the valve seats, because of the leaded fuel, then it goes to unleaded, and all of a sudden the unleaded fuel's burning a little hotter, it smokes the seats in them, and we all know that there was a big problem with those. I mean, just things like that, guys. It's pretty straightforward stuff. These are just really, really good instruments to measure stuff. Better than a ruler. So, will you use them a lot? No, but you'll be thankful you have them when you get them. And they're on promo. So, you're getting a $300 set of mics and calipers for 60 bucks, 70 bucks. That's a really good deal. If you haven't talked to your Mac distributor about it, check it out. Let me know what kind of micrometers you guys use. What kind of precision measurement tools do you use? Do you just stick to the old go, no-go gauge on your brakes? Do you actually mic your drums? Do you do all that stuff? That's something I want to know. Post all that stuff down in the comments section. I really love reading the comments whenever you guys say something. It's always a blast to hear from you guys and see what you guys are getting yourselves into. I might be doing some of what I'm getting myself into. As you heard from my last video, I was doing some diagnostic on a Sprinter van, and we all know how much fun those things are. Another thing is the part number on this micrometer is a DMC 100. They're really nice. They come in nice hard cases. Put them back in the cases, guys. These are precision tools. You don't want them banging around, kind of like your torque wrenches, you know. Keep them in their cases. They'll stay calibrated a lot longer. The vibrations and stuff won't affect them the same. And you won't have to pay for recertifying them if you use them a lot, especially if you work at like a tire shop. So keep them in their cases. Stay tuned for the next tool. I'll probably get one again tomorrow, and I'll bring it home, and we'll get into it then. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm David, the Thrifty Mechanic. Been getting into a lot of stuff lately, so been getting a lot more new tools. I've been having to do all sorts of stuff. I got a toolbox tour coming up. I got to find time to do that. So thanks for watching. Again, if you like the videos, you like the content that you're seeing, the tools and different things like that, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously, and it really motivates me to want to keep making videos, because you know, nothing makes you feel like you don't want to do something whenever you're not seeing anything grow from it. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing it for the excitement and the fun and sharing ideas with people and putting my opinions out there and hearing everybody else's opinions. We all know we have one. It's just whether or not we say it. So, are they the best tools in the world? Absolutely not.